Good evening, everyone. I am coming back to you with a basic Zoom tutorial. We talked about this in our last meeting, so do want to try to get this out to you as soon as possible to help smooth out some of the kinks with Zoom. So Zoom, this is an enhancement for every generation. This particular tutorial want to make it really easy for you. But please don't hesitate to reach out to me and ask me any questions that you need or anything you don't understand. Hopefully, this simplifies it for you. When you're logging into Zoom, if you're using your desktop, and primarily this tutorial refers to the desktop edition. If you're looking for the icon and you don't see this option on your desktop, you want to go to your search option in your computer, lower left hand corner of your home screen, and type in the word Zoom and hit enter, and it'll pull up the application that's on your computer. If it's not, then you'll go to an internet browser, open up your browser, and type in the word Zoom meetings, and it'll get you started from there. There's two ways to get to Zoom. You can access it by way of an email or an icon. Either way, it's going to want you to sign into that application. So for the purpose of what we're doing today, we're showing you all of these options of how you can sign in. If you have an existing Facebook, you can sign up or sign in using Facebook. If you're using Google, you can sign in with Google. If you have an organization SSO, which is an organization ID, you can sign in using that. Or if you've already set up your Zoom, you can use your email and password and then just click sign in. You can choose to log in with your browser or an email. And like I said, in this example, we're choosing to sign in with an existing Google account, and I'm going to be using my own information for the purpose of this tutorial. I chose to log in with my Google account. Once I chose to do that, it comes up with permissions. It wants to know if Zoom has permission to access my Google account. And because I'm using my Google account to log into Zoom, I have to say yes. So I click allow, and it allows us to go to the next step. Once you click allow, you're going to have another box to pop up. It is it wants to know how you're going to use this information going forward, or this application going forward. Will you use the browser or the actual app? And that's the icon that I showed you on slide 2, the little video camera. We do recommend that you use the application. So if you click this box here, you'll see it's checked. Each time you come back to Zoom to log in for a meeting going forward, it will not ask you this question. It will remember your desktop option, and it will make it a smoother transition for you. Once you do get logged in, this is what you're going to see. This is what your application looks like before you join, schedule, or start a meeting. Let's go over some basic settings. So your Zoom ID and profile will be set up. This is a small icon. It's in the far right corner. This is the link to your settings. So once you have clicked on that link, it's going to open another page. And you'll have all of these wonderful links in the left column. You can change your preferences here if you want to be brown, or if you want to be light, or if you want to stay neutral. You can change your thumbs up options here. If you make no changes to this at all, and you have an invitation to a Zoom meeting with no changes here, you're going to have what we call basic global preference. that's going to work on any Zoom call at any time. When you click on the second link for video, you're going to be setting your video options. Now, I've taken the liberty to block out that picture right there, which was a great picture of me, but I did go ahead and block it out just to make things simple. um, but you can adjust your background here, low light. So if you're in a room where the light is low, you would drag this icon to the right and it would brighten up your background to make it easier for people to see you. Sometimes you don't have enough light in this particular room I'm in. I don't have ceiling lights, but I have lights over to my right, which kind of give me a little bit more illumination. So this is where you can adjust that at. You should always, always, always perform an audio test to ensure you're able to hear and speak. You're going to adjust your device as you need to. So when you're doing your testing on your microphone, you'll adjust it to make sure you can hear clearly. When you're doing your adjustment on your speakers, you're going to adjust it so you can hear clearly. You want to be heard and you want to hear others. There's also an option that says screen share. And with screen share, you're able to select how you want your screen to share or be seen by others. Um, you're able to prevent basic emails from popping in while you're sharing your screen. Sometimes that can be a bit cumbersome or a bit annoying while you're trying to present. You have friend requests coming in from Facebook or instant messaging, but here you can control that and you can pause anything from popping up on your screen while you're presenting if you're the presenter or the co-presenter. Also, um, you have an option for backgrounds here. You can change your background to bridges or trees or different images. And if you're in a room, if you don't have what they call a green screen, you still can select that you have a green screen, but make sure you're in front of an all white wall, something very neutral, or your picture could be distorted. Here is where you would record meetings. You do have to be the presenter or the co-presenter to record a meeting, and that will be by permissions of the actual presenter. But this is if you're doing your own meeting, you'll always have the option to record your own meeting. Once we've clicked on the link for our profile in here, you can change your picture, you can change your email address, your password. This is where your login preferences are updated. It's pretty self-explanatory, but if you have any questions, don't hesitate to let me know. Now, we're going to where you can join the meeting ID. I have also included a link which you should have already gotten the PowerPoint presentation, and it has a live link for you to hit the control key and click the blue hyperlink, or you can copy that hyperlink and paste it into your browser, and it's going to take you to a video tutorial of how to join a meeting, because there are a few different ways to join a meeting. So I would recommend that you review that video to understand the process of joining a meeting. But either way, if you have a meeting ID, you can type it here. If you have a password, once you get in there, that will allow you to enter a meeting as well. So it's also pretty self-explanatory here. But again, please ask any questions. If you want to schedule a meeting, this is what the screen looks like when you get to scheduling a meeting. Remember, we've also included another video here for you. Take the time and review these videos. It'll help you get acclimated with the programming and how to schedule using various techniques. And the final screen that we have here, we're including another short video to teach you how to use the meeting controls. While you're in a meeting, you have options to mute yourself, to mute others if you're the presenter or co-presenter, or to update your volume, to see who all is on the call. There's a slide bar. So this is a very good video to familiarize you with those screen options, and you're going to want to watch it. It's about a 10-minute video, so carve some time out for this particular video to kind of run you through. Now to the far left, there's just a chat option. You don't always have to have a video Zoom. You might have a chat Zoom, but if you're inside of a Zoom, you still have a chat option. You may want to ask a question, and as opposed to interrupting the speaker, you ask your question, and your presenter can either present your question at the end of the call, or when you have the floor, you can go back to that question and revisit it that way. Also, you have on the far right your personal meeting ID. This is where you can see your recordings or past meetings that you've had. They'll be stored in here. It just kind of gives you an option to go back and review them. In the center, you have that screen share, and that is where you can share screen like I'm doing with you today. You can share video, you can share documents. My recommendation is anytime you want to share a document or something like that, make sure that your viewers have access to that document before you do share it. That way they're not in the dark with what you're talking about. So always share that information before you decide to share your screen. Finally, here's some things to remember. Don't hesitate to ask questions. That's how we learned. Ask them often. Familiarize yourself with the links. Schedule practice meetings with friends and family. Just have a laughing session. Have some fun. If you ever get disconnected from a Zoom meeting, do not panic. You can go back to the original way that you entered the Zoom, click on the link, and you'll rejoin the Zoom. If it's a Zoom where you have to be allowed into the room, it'll pop up a small icon on the side for the presenter, and they'll be able to accept and allow you into the room. This is going to take practice. Remember, anything that you want to perfect, you have to practice at it. So practice, practice, and more practice. And before you know it, you'll be presenting Zoom like it's nothing. And enjoy the process. It's really fun, and it's all what you make it. So I thank you for taking time to review the video. Have a great day.